guys, and welcome back to the channel. Okay, the highly anticipated video, although I feel like it's highly anticipated. I feel like there's been like a serious lead up to this. The state titles video. So all the work we've been putting in, we would have seen a lot of the work that I've been putting in with comp sims and stuff for other athletes and for myself. Basically, I prepared 8 athletes for this event. Coached 8 athletes. Crazy, hey? Biggest state titles WA has ever held, and it all went down on the weekend. It is Thursday now, and I finally now had a chance to kind of think about it. It's been go since the end of Sunday night, and then just straight back to work, straight back into new goals with myself and with clients. So basically, I'm not going to give any spoilers now. I'm going to take you into state titles. Have to send a huge thanks to Tennille, Sam and Gabby, all who helped with filming qualifications and finals. So qualifications for myself was on Sunday morning. We had an 8 AM start into isolation. We officially started climbing at 9, and it was a 2-hour pump vest. Finals later on in that day, so 2 sessions in one day. I hate that, but got to do what you got to do with a tight schedule. In qualifications was 5 boulders. What I'm going to do is just talk through one boulder at a time. So let's go into qualifications. So the first boulder I jumped on was what I perceived to be the easiest boulder. It was a slab, which is not always the greatest start when you've just come out of isolation and you're just ready to pull holds off the walls. Sometimes the slab can be a bit nervy, but nevertheless, I went for the slab, and let's see what happens. So that was a shaky flash, but a flash is a flash, and I was off to a good start. The next boulder I went for was this weird orange blocky thing, and we actually shared this boulder with some categories from the day before. So I perceived that again to be an easy one, so I went straight for that. I knew it was just like a bit of weird footwork, and I just get on and feel it out. So let's see how that went. Another shaky flash. As you might be able to tell by now that when you see me climbing and training, and I'm quite fluid and sure of what I'm doing and relaxed, I do not look like that in a competition. And sometimes I do, but this comp I think was so anticipated. You know, we weren't sure if it was going to happen. It was delayed 5 weeks. I was super ready 5 weeks ago. I was peaking. This delay has not been good for me. And I think I got more and more nervous about it. So yeah, I think I was a bit nervous in the qualifications. And even though I'm now 2 tops down, 2 flashes, I was still feeling a bit nervous. Biggest open A field that we've ever had. But I thought, cool, let's go for number 3. If we can knock 3 down in the first 10 minutes, it's off to a great start. So here's number 3. Let's have a look at that.
Come on, you got this, Anna. Alright, come on, Anna. Got this, Anna, come on. You got this. Come on.
Please.
Yes. Come on.
Yes, come on, Anna.
You got this. You got this. Yes.
Yes.
Come on. Come on, Anna. Oh.
Come on.
Come on, Anna. Come on, Anna. Yeah, let's go. Come on. Come on, Anna. You got this. You got this. Oh.
I'm only going to show the 2 attempts from this one. I took many more attempts and they all resulted in the same kind of hanging around up the end, not knowing what to do. Couldn't pull my way up on these weird holds. I didn't know where my feet should be. The feet were so bad and the hands were so bad, and can't remember if I told you guys, I don't think I have, but I tweaked my finger on Tuesday real bad, like real bad, dry fired. And my finger is, you know, an ongoing issue. There's a bone spur in there, so it's never going to be perfect, but it goes through this cycle of like 3 months really good, no dry firing off anything, and then like I'll dry fire off something accidentally and it will just swell up and I have no function. I can't move it. It's horribly painful and I have to kind of keep climbing because it's not a pulley tear anymore. It was a previous pulley tear and a volar plate and a collateral ligament, but now it's just a bone spur that gets annoyed. The joint gets annoyed. So basically it blew up on Tuesday. It didn't come down for the comp and I felt really stressed about it. Don't usually get too many crimps in a state titles, and well, we got mostly crimps for this comp, so that definitely stressed me out a bit. Another thing that happened to me, and I think this is a byproduct of the finger, was by the time of this boulder came around, Boulder 3, I had a pump in my forearms that would not go away. Ever had a flash pump on a route when you did a lead route or something too early? Before probably warming up, and you get a flash pump and then that does not go away for the session. That's what happened to me after this route. So I hung up there for so long, I couldn't get rid of the pump in my forearms and I still had 2 more boulders to get to. I think this was because my finger, I had like physios, occupational therapists, masseuses have a crack at releasing my forearm, nothing would let go. Later do I find out that it was actually my nervous system just having a complete breakdown and some simple breathing methods would release my forearm. But anyway, didn't know that in the comp. I was just like, oh my gosh, I've like torn my forearm extensor or something like that. But I'm just gonna tick away. By this stage, I already knew that I'd probably done enough for finals. The boulders were hard. Not many people were getting this zone. I think there was only 3 or 4 zones in the end. So I was like, I'll just go get another top and then I should be fine. So moved on to this next boulder and let's see how that goes.
Come on, Anna. Come on, Anna. Got this. Yeah, come on, come on. Yeah.
So I didn't flash that boulder, but I didn't keep the other videos. The first 2 goes, I fell off the last move because I went up left hand, and then when I topped it on my 3rd go, I went over with my right hand. Left hand totally works, but not for my arm span. So that was cool. Had 3 tops in the bag. The last boulder, no one topped at all, the 5th boulder, and no one else had topped that red one. So I thought I had a couple more goes at it, which resulted in the same, but there was only 1 top. and only a couple of zones, so I was just like, leave it. As we know, zones are really important, and no one had got the zone on the other boulder, so I was like, I'll just go get the zone. So let's have a look at this boulder.
Come on. You got it. Come on, Anna. Yes. Come on. Come on.
So I got the zone. There was one other girl that got the zone. And so I knew I was in second place with 3 tops and all the zones, and my forearms were still on fire. I wasn't climbing very well, so I decided at that stage that was time to call it and rest up for finals. Can be risky sometimes with half an hour left of the pump fest. You don't know what's going to happen to people, but I backed myself and it worked out. So I stayed in second place behind Jordan Damasco, who had who topped the red. So she had a 4th top but didn't top the other one. So yeah, I went home for a little bit and tried to release my forearms, and then came back for finals. And I was still feeling like shit. I was almost pulled out of the finals because my forearms were just not letting up and my finger was really sore. But I thought I would just wait and see what the final boulders are. Surely we won't get crimps, and hey, I've come so far, I can't walk away now. So yeah, walking into finals, obviously second to last out because it's in reverse qualification orders. And let's jump straight into boulder number 1. So we all read this as kind of a parkour-y, weird slab that potentially could be static. Maybe you could walk it. I came out and decided I would just mostly go for parkour. Because from the moment that I tried to stand on to do the parkour, my foot slipped. So I decided at that moment that you weren't able to walk it, and I should just spend all my time just trying to learn this parkour, and that I would probably learn it eventually. In hindsight, I should have tried a solid attempt at walking. There was only one top of this boulder, and the girl did it statically. All the rest of us were trying to jump, and the other people were trying to do it statically as well, but were failing. That could come down to shoes, hey. But I did not try and adapt to the boulder and try a static method. I just went at it parkour. Not my brightest moment, but I got really close to the parkour, so I think I was like, ooh, I think I can probably get this. Probably if I had more than 4 minutes, I would have got it. But anyway, no top, no zone. One top was had, and no one else got the zone. So let's move on to boulder number 2.
These holes at all, like,
In the meantime, we've got
there's like nothing.
Open planning. What take Australia? Slow.
Nothing.
Sport Club West Australia.
Little chippy
And
thing there.
Dharma and Sport Club Australia. All of these people have helped put this event together.
Perfect, like-
And thanks to our sponsors, of course. Phenomenal crew who make tremendous copies. They've just been
Come on, mate. Come on. Nice, Anna. Come on. Come on, Anna.
got a buck 10 on the clock.
So before I came out, there was no zones to this boulder because the start was weird, man, and the crimps were so bad. My finger was so grumpy, and there was this kind of jump. So the crowd went crazy when I got the zone because I was the first one to get the zone. In hindsight, I picked the mantle method wrong. I got it on the last attempt, which was heel on the zone and palm the volume away, but I tried that too late and I held on for like 2 minutes, and of course my forearms were already knackered and then they were even more knackered. When I dropped down, I had a minute something left on the clock and I decided to walk away with just the zone, save myself for the last 2 boulders. Geordie, who came out behind me, the first place qualifier, did top this boulder, so that was the only top. So at this stage I knew I wasn't going to win the competition because the last 2 didn't look so bad. Let's move on to Boulder 3. So again, when I came out to Boulder 3, I was aware that no one had got to the zone. We thought this boulder looked pretty easy. It was not. It was brutal. The pinches were not good. And I don't know if it was because my finger was so bad and they were all on my left side and my forearms were so bad, because I was having trouble even opening and closing my hand. I still had this residual pump that wouldn't go away, this tendon inflammation. And so it was like more of a case of first go, best go, and I just picked the wrong foot sequence. The high heel would have worked if I had put my right foot out wide to counteract the balance, and then I would have been able to roll over, but I was trying to push my foot away from me. It was just wrong, and then I was gassed and couldn't do anything else. So no zones. Geordie came out and topped this boulder, and I am basically fighting for second place because the other girl that walked the slab, although she didn't get any of the other zones, she had a top. So it was all going to come down to the last boulder for me, and I was broken, but I tried to stay a little bit positive. Let's move on to boulder number 4.
Alright, Amara, Anna, your time's lasting 3, 2, 1.
Flash this, she'll put her in a second. If she doesn't finish it all, she'll go in the third. No, because May got a cent top. Yeah, May got a top. She hasn't topped anything. Come on, Anna. Just head down. And she's matching. Come on, Anna! You got this! Come on, Anna! Yes! Come on, Anna. In the...
Still with just over 3 minutes to spare.
Nothing else. Too old for this, guys. We're gonna retire. Finally, a flash. No one had topped it before me, so May hadn't topped it, so that secured my second place. So yeah, no one had got the zone before because that flick over to the zone was really hard, and thank goodness that bad crimp was on my right side, and yeah, it wasn't too bad after that. The lockdown, like the press up, was a bit weird, but it wasn't too bad. So Geordie topped it after me as well, so an amazing comp by her. I believe that even if I was feeling really good with my finger and my forearm, I wouldn't have won. Geordie is just an exceptional athlete, and her ability to stay composed and calm and under pressure and just choose really good beta and like be able to be on the wall and something doesn't feel right and just look calm and be able to adapt is just exceptional. And she's just so strong. She's a WACE sponsored athlete. She's a bright star and has a bright future ahead of her, and I'm super happy for her, and I'm ready for the next battle, which is only a week away. Can you believe? Second place, I'm actually pretty happy with that in the circumstances, being that I could have not even competed in the finals because I felt so crap, and then I would have walked away as 6th place. So I didn't do any further damage to the finger because there wasn't really any crimps. I went to the physio on Tuesday and basically explained everything that happened, and he explained that what has happened to me is this, it's called the athlete arousal curve, and basically my nervous system went into complete shutdown from pressure and stress, and everything tightened up through the neural system, and nothing you can do will let that go other than it has to come within you. So when we did some like breathing techniques, even without manipulation of needles, my forearms kind of let go. And the finger was worse because of the forearms, so no blood was getting through to my fingers at all. I was shivering like crazy on the night of the comp, like teeth chattering. I was so cold, and that was actually a nervous system reaction as well because no one else was cold. So mentally, I didn't do a good job in this competition. I spent a lot of time preparing all of my athletes mentally for this competition, and in hindsight, when I look back, I did nothing to prepare myself mentally. I put all the physical work in, but you can be the strongest person ever, and if your mental, state is bad, if you break down neurally, you can't come back from that. So I have to spend a little bit more time trying to find a zen out there on the field, and it's been hard because we haven't had comps in so long, so I've kind of forgotten how to do that. I used to be quite good at being really calm. I'm just out of practice. So that is something for me to take away, and I'm going to really work on that. I'm going to work on these breathing and meditating techniques, because my body was feeling pretty damn good before, apart from the finger. In terms of the rest of my body, I had physio, I had chiro, I had masseuse. I was ready. So that is not an excuse. The finger's not really an excuse. It was that my nervous system gave out on me, and that is no one else's fault but myself. So I'm going to work on that, guys. Thanks for following along this whole journey, and thanks for watching this video. As I said, next comp is just next weekend, West Coast Blocks. I'm defending my title. Got some crushes coming over from Tasmania, Charlotte Garden, one of my very good friends, much stronger than me. So yeah, let's see. I'm excited for the Charlotte v me v Geordie versus May, another bright athlete, and whoever comes out of the pipeworks to come over to travel. So I'm super excited, guys, and yeah, hopefully I'll get someone to film for that. Please do comment, like, and subscribe. Share any thoughts if you've had this kind of neurological breakdown as well, with this lactic acid in your forearms that will not disappear. If you've had this experience, drop a comment and talk about anything that's worked for you. Maybe I'll show you these breathing techniques that really worked for me. And yeah, let's never forget about the mental side of climbing, guys. It's super important. Please do comment, like, and subscribe so I can be bothered to talk to this camera for so long. This is like a therapy session for me. Cool. See you in the next one, guys.